Elliott Street.
I've come here today to do what the Republicans in Congress refuse to do.
Plus, President Biden signs executive order on illegal immigration. And how you can make your summer vacation plans affordable. Newswatch starts right now. The Athens City Council is considering zoning changes to lots on Elliott Street and 2 streets off of East State Street. Good evening, I'm Haley Sueno, and welcome to Newswatch. During last night's council meeting, community members and council members expressed the need for more transparency on what exactly the developers intended to do with these lots. The Elliott Street proposal would change multiple lots from residential multifamily to neighborhood business residential, allowing properties to double as homes and businesses. The other proposal would give undeveloped lots on Grand Park Boulevard and Eden Place to the nearby Hyundai car dealership so it can have more space for its cars. Well, the Athens County Sheriff's Office is investigating leads after a group of kayakers discovered human remains in the Hocking River over the weekend. While information on the case is limited, authorities say the remains were determined to be of an adult male wearing blue jeans, a brown belt, and brown boots. Remains were recovered with the help of Richland Area Fire Department and Rome Township Fire Department. However, no additional evidence was found. Investigators say the description of the deceased does not match any active cases of reporting missing persons. Governor Mike DeWine is requesting a presidential disaster declaration from President Biden in an effort to support 8 counties impacted by severe storms, flooding, and tornadoes earlier in spring. The severe weather occurred April 1st to 4th and caused significant damage to critical public infrastructure in Belmont, Monroe, Jefferson, Guernsey, Noble, Washington, Morgan, and Meigs counties. Local officials and the Ohio EMA calculated total damage of over $33 million, far above the $21.7 million federal threshold for public disaster assistance. However, federal damage estimates come to $17.4 million, over $4 million under the federal threshold. Well, if you live in Athens County, there is a new way to get emergency alerts. The Athens County Emergency Management is urging people to sign up for new mass notification system called HyperReach. There are 5 ways you can sign up. You can scan the QR code on your screen using your phone, visit the website HyperReach, call or text alert to the number on your screen, or you can tell your smart device Alexa to enable HyperReach.
For our first look at weather today, you can see those temperatures out there right now in southeast Ohio. Athens, this is about at 6 o'clock. We're not quite loaded up yet, but that is at almost 90 degrees today. It has been a hot one out there if you've been out there, and it's been very humid. You've been feeling like it's been that 89 degrees. Currently out there, we're starting to cool down for the night. We're going to see those temperatures still be pretty warm for looking at tonight. We're going to be in those mid 60s, but currently out there right now, 84 degrees. It has been, it's being clear right now, but this barometer, this is our pressure. It is starting to fall. That means that we're going to have some low pressure coming in, meaning some rain looking at the rest of this week. You could see this radar. There's little blips of rain throughout southeast Ohio. They're really getting hit with rain in more parts of Kentucky, in that Cincinnati area. There were some parts of Ironton and Jackson that were getting some more sporadic rain throughout the day, but here in Athens, it has been mostly clear one out there. You haven't really seen that rain, but that chance of rain is just from that humidity that we've been feeling. You can see that cloud cover that we've been having today on this regional radar and what's to come for this, looking at the rest of this week. We're going to be seeing that we're going to have that chance of showers for tomorrow, and that's going to be lingering throughout Thursday, and we're going to see a little bit of that temperature drop throughout these next few days. I'll be getting into that in my full forecast. Let's take it back over to Haley.
Next week, a special election will be held to fill a vacancy in the 6th District. Republican Bill Johnson resigned in January when Governor Mike DeWine announced a special election to elect a new representative for Ohio. After the primary elections on March 19th, Ohio voters will have the opportunity to vote for Republican Michael Rulli or Democrat Michael Kripchak. The winner of the election will fill out the remainder of Johnson's unfinished term, which will end next January. This is the last week for early voting, and the election will be held next Tuesday. Well, some students in Trimble schools have a new way to engage while learning. Volunteers built a garden at the Trimble Elementary and Middle School to provide unique educational opportunities. Newswatch reporter Shane Scalfaro has the story of the build.
Haley, with the garden right outside the school, Trimble students have new opportunities to get outside and grow. I went out to Jacksonville to see the garden being built, and I saw firsthand how excited the community is about their new addition. Volunteers are hard at work securing the corner of new garden beds at Trimble Elementary and Middle School. Elementary Intervention Specialist Katie Albers-Huska says the new garden will give kids the opportunity to get out of the classroom.
Well, we have a team of teachers at our school that are really into getting kids outside and learning and more engaged with their environment.
Each garden bed is built with plastic walling and stone corners. Cardboard helps protect against weeds and feeds the worms. Teachers from around the school are already adding the garden into their lesson plans.
We have science teachers who are hoping to use it. We have math teachers. We have English and reading teachers who are hoping to do like journaling and other things.
The garden will grow fruits and vegetables like strawberries and carrots. Volunteers from around the district lent their time to help out with the build.
We thought, hey, well, the kids are off school. Maybe we can bring some kids in, get some teachers. We have board members here. We have just random community members who are involved. The principal is currently going to change so she can start laying fence posts. We have master gardeners.
Students will get to grow their knowledge using the garden this school year. The new garden opens the door for new education chances, with Albers-Huska saying, quote, "It's going to be awesome." Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Shane Scalfaro, live in studio.
Thanks, Shane. As Ohio University students head home at the end of the year, they leave tons of things behind. This year, the newly formed Athens Move Out Collection Coalition kept 23 tons of those materials out of landfills. The AMOCC is comprised of 13 organizations with a goal to minimize waste during the move-out period. The amount saved is equivalent to over 64,000 pounds, which stopped 65 tons of CO2 emissions from entering the atmosphere. In addition to the waste, more than 2,200 pounds of food was collected. Well, coming up, President Biden announces an executive order to curb illegal immigration, and how student loan debt is affecting new college grads.
It's been a hot one out there. When are those temperatures going to cool down? Next on Newswatch.
Join me, Rick Steves, as we explore Germany, old and new. We'll go on a harbor tour in Hamburg, explore the treasure troves of the historic Green Vault in Dresden, journey through Nuremberg's secret underground tunnels, and visit the home of one of the most influential figures in European history, Martin Luther. You're in for some monumental travel fun in my latest travel special, Rick Steves' Great German Cities.
Tonight at 9:30.
We must save our oceans, and we must also feed ourselves. Thankfully, there are people trying to do both.
There's no reason why more people shouldn't have access.
This kind of creative farming is extremely important.
I want you to fish, but I want you to fish smart.
Sustainability is to extend life, not just of the fish, but of us.
In the spring of 2020, as the country goes into lockdown, outside, the garden is coming alive. As a wildlife filmmaker, I knew there were revelations here that could be just as amazing as anything I'd ever filmed.
These bees that just go, you know.
Discovering the secret life of bees took me on a journey I was not expecting.
Wednesday at 8 on WOUB.
Regardless of your stage of life, whether you're starting your first job, getting the keys to a new home, or enjoying retirement, it's never too early or too late to create an estate plan to care for loved ones and support the causes that are meaningful to you. WOUB Public Media is pleased to have partnered with Giving Dogs, a free resource for building an estate plan that fits your needs and protects the people and causes you care about. Visit WOUB.org and click the support tab to get started today.
President Joe Biden announced today an executive action that would shut down the U.S.-Mexico border to asylum seekers crossing illegally when a daily threshold of crossings is exceeded. It's a sweeping policy proposal, and it's already receiving criticism and pushback. Washington correspondent Julia Benbrook reports from the White House with the details.
President Joe Biden unveiling a new executive action on immigration Tuesday.
I've come here today to do what the Republicans in Congress refuse to do. Take the necessary steps to secure our border.
The new policy has been in the works for months, and it uses an authority known as 212F, a regulation used under the Trump administration and widely denounced at the time by Democrats. It would severely restrict migrants from seeking asylum at the U.S. southern border if they crossed unlawfully, once daily encounters between ports of entry reached 2,500, meaning the measure is likely to go into effect quickly. Migrants could still request an appointment to present their asylum claim at a port of entry.
This action will help us gain control of our border, restore order into the process.
Unaccompanied children would be exempt, but there are concerns the exemption would encourage some families to send children to the border on their own. Although Republicans have long pushed for stronger security at the border, some GOP lawmakers are already speaking out against Biden's announcement.
He's not serious about securing the border. This is a conversion based on the proximity of the next election and sinking poll numbers. And we think it deserves to be called out for what it is.
This executive action marks a significant attempt by Biden to address one of his biggest political vulnerabilities, just weeks before the first presidential debate against former President Donald Trump.
Trump has made hardline immigration policies a cornerstone of his campaign. Reporting at the White House, I'm Julia Benbrook.
The U.S. continues to have a higher rate of women dying in pregnancy, childbirth, or postpartum compared with all other high-income nations. The report comes from the Commonwealth Fund and says there were about 22 maternal deaths for every 100,000 live births in the U.S. in 2022. Researchers looked at maternal mortality data from 14 high-income countries, and the rate was more than double, sometimes triple those found in most other high-income countries. The lead author notes the U.S. is the only nation in the analysis without universal health care, and nearly 8 million women of reproductive age in the U.S. don't have health insurance. Well, Elon Musk and the Tesla board are facing a shareholder lawsuit. The suit regards Musk's sale of $7.5 billion worth of Tesla shares in late 2022, which came ahead of a January 2023 sales report that sent the price of the stock plunging. The suit alleges Musk likely knew the weaker sales report was coming at the time of the sale, claiming he exploited inside information and profited from it. The lawsuit asks that Musk return the profits on the stock sale to the company.
Taking a look at weather, you could see out your window right now, we're having those high temperatures in those 80s. Those temperatures are on their way down for the night. They're going to be hitting those mid 60s though. If you still haven't enjoyed those warm temperatures, they'll be sticking around for the night. If you do want to take that afternoon stroll, we're seeing here in southeast Ohio those sunny skies. These sunny skies are going to be coming in for the night, and then by tomorrow they're going to be taken over by that rain. You can see that rain is already hitting in parts of the Cincinnati area. You can see that radar that we're looking at, it's going to be hitting that rain very sporadically for our Wednesday, but it is going to be hitting us. It's going to be giving us just those general storm areas for this is the today storm chance, and then looking at tomorrow, those storm chances are going to be decreasing for a lot of the general storm area. But here in Ohio, we are in that marginal storm risk. So if we do have any of those showers throughout the day, they do have a higher chance of containing that thunder, that lightning with them. You can see 12 hours ahead for our tomorrow morning. We're going to be having just those isolated showers. They're not going to be a consistent rain throughout the day. They're just going to have that sprinkle here and there. We're going to be looking at this time tomorrow, still continuing with that chance of that rain, and then following it, we're going to be having this high pressure system. So once we're done with this rain that we're having for these next few days, it'll be clearing out. We're going to be seeing this for our Thursday morning. This is whenever we're going to be starting to see a little bit more intense in that rain, just in that temperature and the amount that we're getting, other than that thunder and that lightning. We're going to be seeing a lot more rain in that Thursday hour. That's whenever we're going to be seeing peaks of that red in Parkersburg, and that's also going to be combined with this cold front. It is not going to be giving us just that rain. It's going to be cooling our temperatures down, so we won't be seeing those high 80s quite for the looking at our weekend forecast. We're going to be seeing on Thursday just how much that high pressure is going to be coming in, and it's going to be clearing us up for our weekend. We're still going to be in that humidity, so we're going to be having just those slight chances of rain looking at that 7-day outlook. We're going to be looking at that. We're going to be having that 80% chance of showers for tomorrow. We're going to be having that high of 84. Definitely going to be starting that cool down. Looking at Thursday, just that 30% chance of showers. Any kind of showers that we are going to be having, it's going to be hitting us with a lot more rain more quickly. Then looking at Friday, just showers possible, that 30% chance just from that humidity that we're going to have in the air. You can see that high is only going to be reaching 75 for Friday. Looking at Saturday, that's whenever we're going to be warming back up. We're going to be almost to those 80s, and then by Sunday we'll be in those 80s again. Looking at this time next week, we are going to have that slight chance of showers, but we are going to be feeling a lot cooler than we've had these last couple muggy days. Let's take it back over to Haley.
Thanks, Isabel. Teens who spend too much time on the internet may have more difficulty paying attention. That's according to a study published in the journal PLOS Mental Health. Teens who spend lots of time on social media have complained of feeling like they can't pay attention to important things like homework or time with loved ones. The study found that in teens with internet addiction, signaling between brain regions important for controlling attention and working memory was disrupted. Well, as a new crop of grads leaves college, the struggles of student loan debt can take center stage. And new research finds that the struggles aren't limited to Americans in their 20s. Millions of older Americans have made costly decisions about student loans that could impede their retirement plans. Karen Kafa has the details and insights for borrowers of all ages.
Student loan debt is typically viewed as an issue facing younger Americans, but new analysis shows a burden on some Americans over age 55 that could clash with retirement security.
It's not what you usually think, that they took out student debt for their children. It's actually for themselves.
Student loans have often been described as good debt, with borrowers taking on loans in the hopes higher education will boost income over time. But a new analysis by the Schwartz Center for Economic Policy Analysis at the New School finds more than 2.2 million Americans over age 55 carrying student loan debt. Teresa Ghilarducci is a professor of economics at the New School and specializes in retirement and older worker issues.
It's only good debt for the young, and it's only good debt if it's a low amount of debt.
Older borrowers tend to see income narrow at retirement age and are more likely to carry other debts like mortgages and car loans than younger workers. Karthik Monikam, author of the New School report, says that can lead to tough choices.
It's likely to affect their retirement ability because they have to either sort of decide between extending their working life and continue to work to repay their debt, or reduce the amount of retirement savings that they may be able to save.
Another potential consequence that could diminish retirement income, Monikam says, delinquent federal student loans can result in garnishment of Social Security benefits. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
Coming up, ways to make your summer holiday budget-friendly. And for the latest from Newswatch, follow us on X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
Do you know there are more than 2,700 rules that govern your Social Security benefits?
In Social Security and You, expert Mary Beth Franklin leads you through the Social Security labyrinth.
Deciding when and how to claim benefits can have a major impact on your retirement income for the rest of your life.
Social Security and You, the user's guide we've all been waiting for.
Tonight at 8 on WOUB.
In hospital, you deal with cases. On the district, you deal with people. When mothers come to us, they bring everything they are with them.
There's nothing nicer than a fresh start.
You have done your best. Sometimes our best must be enough.
We're gonna take good care of you. We're with you now.
Have you ever wanted to visit Hotel Portofino? Let me help you enjoy this special place. Hi, I'm Walter Uzzolino, executive producer of Hotel Portofino. Join me in our upcoming special and allow me to be your guide to the food and the fun, to the sun-kissed beaches and the secret romances in Hotel Portofino, touring Portofino.
Sunday at 9 on WOUB.
I am Professor Jasper Tempest.
There have been 4 unexplained sudden deaths in the southeast.
Professor?
Professor? Professor?
My name...
I know who you are.
Jasper has been taken to prison.
What was your plan?
Truth and justice are not always compatible.
We're just gonna let people die.
There are moves afoot to cut you loose.
We shall have to wait and see.
Heads up, Toyota drivers. The automaker has announced a recall. The recall covers roughly 100,000 Tundra pickup trucks and about 3,500 Lexus LX 600 luxury SUVs. Toyota says the recall is to fix a problem that could cause the vehicle's engines to lose power while driving. In some vehicles, debris during manufacturing may have been left inside the engines. The automaker says that could lead to rough running or sometimes an engine stalling. This recall only applies to regular gas-powered versions of these vehicles. So far, Toyota hasn't come up with a fix for the issue, but once it's determined, repairs will be free of charge. Well, now that summer is underway, you may be thinking about booking a getaway, and it's not too late to score summer deals. Jen Sullivan talks to a travel expert on ways you can save.
From beach vacations to exploring new cities, there are plenty of ways to save on summer trips this season. So, when is the best time to travel?
If you visit places in August, you're going to find better deals than if you visit them mid-summer.
Travel expert Emily Kaufman also recommends traveling during the week rather than the weekend to lock in lower rates on airlines and hotels. When booking a hotel, ask about discounts. She says many places offer discounted rates to military, first responders, and teachers. And don't forget about AAA or AARP memberships, which will get you a better deal as well. For families, look into renting a vacation home or condo. It may be cheaper than booking a few different hotel rooms to accommodate everyone. And traveling to off-season destinations can help stretch your budget.
Luxury resorts in Scottsdale, Arizona and Palm Springs, California that are usually 5-star prices can come down to 3-star prices during the summer.
Many cities offer special bundled rates to sightsee, so if you're visiting New York City, look into buying a Go City Pass.
You can save up to 50%, and these are international and domestic as well.
Kaufman also says if you're a member of Costco or Sam's Club, you may be able to book your trip through them and save.
They're buying travel in bulk, so they've negotiated special rates with airlines, hotels, cruises, and rental cars.
And finally, book your trip on a cashback rewards credit card to earn points. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Well, a San Francisco woman is suing soda brand Poppi, saying the drink's marketing claims mislead consumers about its health benefits. The lawsuit from Kristen Cobbs alleges that the amount of prebiotic fiber in a single can of Poppi isn't enough to produce meaningful gut health benefits. The suit claims a person would have to drink 4 or more cans of the beverage to get any prebiotic fiber health benefits. However, Cobbs says those benefits would then be offset by the drink's high sugar content. She also says the company hasn't warned consumers of the health risks tied to consuming agave insulin, a soluble fiber. According to the suit, long-term consumption of the agave insulin can lead to, quote, inflammation and even liver damage. Well, a Michigan-based company has recalled 7-ounce containers of ground black pepper from the Baraka brand name. The Food and Drug Administration says the spices from UBC food distributors could have potential for salmonella contamination, though the FDA says no related illnesses have been reported to date. The pepper is sold nationally in retail stores, and Michigan officials discovered the contamination during a routine surveillance sample. Salmonella can be fatal for children and people with weak immune systems. Consumers are advised to return the product for a full refund. Well, still ahead, how a college baseball team kept the lights on while their school shut its doors. But first, here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
For more than 70 years, WOUB Public Media has been the place where people in our region turn to learn how stories of the past ignite the imagination of the future. It's where information, entertainment, and education work together to inform, enlighten, and inspire generations. It's the place where the community gathers to hear and see our world in new and innovative ways. WOUB, the public media you trust that's worthy of your support.
This is the PBS Video app. Install it on your phone, tablet, smart TV, or other streaming device, and use it to access more of the PBS shows you love. But if you're looking for even more shows to binge like this, or early access to shows like this, then look for this icon. That's the PBS Passport icon, and it means that video is part of PBS Passport. Passport is our way of saying thank you to our station members. Donate to your local PBS station today, and one of the member benefits you'll receive is PBS Passport, which offers extended access to a growing library of new and favorite PBS programs. You can support your station and your community by becoming a member today. Visit pbs.org/getpassport for details. Watch PBS Passport anytime on any screen, wherever you stream. It's your ticket to the best of PBS.
When my parents left us their home, we weren't sure what to do with the property.
Do you have land, residential, or commercial property you're not using? Donate it and support our station. You may even qualify for a sizable tax deduction.
It feels good to be able to give back, and they would have loved that too.
Your real estate donation can make a real impact. Call us toll-free or visit us online.
Finally, tonight, it wasn't just a baseball game. It wasn't just the end of a team's season. It was the end of 168 years of sportsmanship, learning, and friendship. Birmingham Southern College's time in the Division III College World Series came to an end Monday in Eastlake, and it marked the end of the university. The college closed its doors last month, but the baseball team was not done playing in the tournament. In Birmingham, alumni and supporters gathered to watch the game, which ended in a crushing 11-10 defeat. Despite the outcome, fans say they were glad for the chance to cheer for BSC one last time. Oh my goodness, talk about some baseball spirit. That's such a bittersweet story.
I feel like it's the almost perfect way to end out.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
well,
one last time.
It is ending out that college ball season and looking into summer ball. Those are just starting right around the corner.
Right.
Looking into this weekend, that weather out there for that summer ball, it is going to be a nice one out there. Currently in Athens, we're looking at 84, those clear skies. We're going to be having throughout the southeast Ohio. We're starting to cool down for the night, but it is still a warm one out there. It is going to be getting to those mid-60s tonight if you haven't been able to enjoy those hot temperatures for the day. Looking at that 3-day outlook, we're going to be seeing that tomorrow we're going to be hit with those showers. That 80% chance of showers, that's just going to be those isolated showers here and there. Looking throughout the rest of the week, once we hit the weekend, it is going to be a little bit chilly out there, a little bit chilly compared to these temperatures that we've been having. And throughout the week, we're going to have that slight chance of rain. It is going to be just that slight chance, but it will be lingering.
Alrighty, well that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. For Shane Scalfaro and Isabel Isco, I'm Haley Sueno. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next, and you can find the latest news anytime at WOUB.org.
Support comes from Goldsberry Wealth Strategies,